The reason why we have guests now is that if anything is not really clear and we forget to mention it, so the guests would ask. So that's why we have guests now. So
you don't have to lie. I know it's because
ask
you like me.
questions.
Yeah, you don't have to lie. What is up, guys? It is the Redstone Scientist here, and I am here on the SciCraft server with Method, Enemy, Nembom, Ilmango, Ragu, and T. Do you have? How do you say?
T5.
T5. Yeah. If you guys are not familiar with SciCraft or what we're about to do here, you guys are in for a real treat because these are the guys. This is the sort of the end-all be-all of technical Minecraft servers here. So if you're into that sort of thing, stick around because there's a lot of neat stuff coming up.
Oh yeah. So let's get started, hop on the piston bolt, and get to the place we want to show today.
Okay. If you guys want to see more of SciCraft, definitely check out their channels. It'll be in the description. And also, let's see, Doc M did a server tour on here recently, yep. And Exumavoid, I believe, right?
Yeah, they joined us also as guests for one of our tours.
Yeah. And now it's my turn.
Yay.
Just hop into Minecraft here.
This one
we're
too?
still riding on 1.10 tour at least, and probably one more.
Wow, this is insanely loud.
But yeah, it's supposed to be loud and...
Is this Ragu's translocator?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So it fit really nicely in here.
Yeah, it does.
It looks great. I mean, it's a shame that they don't work in 1.11 anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Really
Do you see Panda's latest, or Panda's brief history of pistons?
No.
Yeah, it's an interesting video. You should check that out.
Yeah, I think at the moment there's no really convenient fast transport, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But okay, let's jump right through the portal and see what we got today.
Alright.
But yeah, we'll have a slightly larger area to cover today, so I got
Alright.
some speed potions. Just
Do I have any?
in case we need them. Ah, yeah, you should have some.
Yeah.
So maybe we just start right to the left. Wait, that was kind of weird. Anyways.
Oh, this is a bit pretty for SciCraft. I mean, I didn't mean that as an insult. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Meaning, you know, you
really
guys put
a
some
lot of
time into that.
this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to make it look nice. And yeah, we're starting just at one of the farms over here because this is a whole complex we're gonna show today. And
Oh, I like this down here. Is this a flower farm, I'm guessing?
exactly.
Oh, yeah, because
So-
we're in a flower forest. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, here we're actually in the plains biome because yeah, we need different biomes to get all flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look out the window here, then you can see that there's a swamp nearby.
Where are you? Oh, sorry.
Just look ahead.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can see it from the trees, right? There's a swamp where we have
Mhm.
another house, which is pretty much the same as what we've got here. And then we also got some additional farms, which we'll show in a second, in an actual flower forest.
So you've got multiples of these situated in different biomes.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So this is basically at the intersection of different biomes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think best way to show it is to fire it up right away.
Whoa! Ah!
And
Wow, there's a lot of motion going on.
yeah. That can make frames disappear if you're not careful, but
So, and also maybe because I have Optifine, that it's sort of rendering a little bit weird, but why so many minecarts? Is it really have that much trouble keeping up?
yeah, so we're using them really to pick up everything.
Hold on one
It's
second, I
also
need to turn
much
it down
easier.
even more. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so we need a lot of minecarts to pick up everything, and also because it's much easier if they don't have to bend around. So we just have the straight
Oh,
things
gotcha,
here.
gotcha.
Yeah, basically dispenser in the middle, so there are even two, and those are always rendering on top, which is kind of a bug.
Okay, so but they're
Like
not
there are
really
always
there.
those two on top, which doesn't make sense. They're actually on the rails below, but for some reason they render on top.
Is it a glitch that
There are two glass blocks.
the two glass blocks? Is that a glitch or is that?
No, those would be dead spots where we can't pick up items.
Oh, I see. But
So we don't want them piling up.
so the bone meal works even if there's a block on top of the grass?
Yep,
Huh, I didn't know that.
and because it's
not
a
really.
transparent block.
In that spot, no grass grows, so...
Right, right.
Yeah, I mean the grass doesn't grow, but you can use the bone meal on the block
Yeah.
below the glass.
Okay, I
And
didn't know
because
that.
it's transparent, we don't lose basically the grass on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so should we take a look downstairs?
Sure, I'm just following. Yeah.
This is... Yeah, we don't
Shouldn't
have a
that
jump
run
boost
it?
beacon here. Yeah, maybe turn it off so we get rid of the noise. Yeah, so this is quite a monstrosity. It's a bit difficult to move around here.
So I'm wondering what the, it seems to me that, it looks like a pretty standard flower farm. What's going on in here?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of things here. I mean, first of all, it's not just one, and it's also quite interconnected with the rest of this complex.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you can see here a hopper minecart in sort of a dispenser. Well, it works based on translocation, which would dispense one of those hopper minecarts that are actually stacked here. And then we have one down here which collects all the drops. So if you take a look at this bottom minecart, there are a bunch of seeds and flowers in.
Hold on.
There's a minecart here at the
I'll
bottom.
turn it on so you get new items.
Oh yeah.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, yeah.
In this thing. So that one actually picks up all the drops, which are shot out by droppers here and picked up by this minecart again, and brings them to a central storage, which we'll see in a second. And yeah, of course, also the bone meal comes from the central storage. So if you come around here, it's basically waiting here to be picked up by the hoppers. It's just a bunch of water streams here.
So is the
it's
bone
actually
meal
from
just from a bulk storage area?
Exactly. So we have one central storage where we collect the drops and where we insert the bone meal. So we don't have to go to each individual farm, but we can still run them all at the same time and get all the flowers.
So what
Yeah,
I guess what I don't understand is, so this is sort of the central hub of all of the different flower farms, right?
No, this
No?
is one of the remote farms.
So
The hub is a bit bigger.
I guess I don't understand why all of the redstone, why all of the complexity, because all you're doing, right, is just collecting items, right?
Yeah, but we are also shooting them out, for example,
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And of course, there's a whole bunch of things that we had to put in here. I mean, there are a lot of droppers that are shooting out the items, so they need to be wired. And yeah, then everything needs to be controlled from some places. There are different ways to activate it.
Are
So we've
these,
seen one on top.
and then is this stuff is part of the flower farm, I assume? Like the actual,
Exactly.
okay.
So it's part of the flower farm or of the detection system when we need a new minecart to pick up some drops.
So, I guess,
So basically,
so
whenever the minecart down here is full, I've just seen it, so that one was just sent off, and
Yeah.
then a new one is automatically dispensed from up here,
so
which picks up additional drops.
So the drops go into the hopper minecarts above, then they go into these these hoppers. The hoppers go into these droppers, which go into the hopper minecart.
Yeah, which go into a water stream and then in the hopper minecart here, which brings it to a central storage.
Okay, got it.
So that's kind of the idea here, and maybe we can get back out here.
You can also take a look at the bone meal
Oh,
through this door.
Oh yeah, just seen that, so... Oops,
sorry.
out here.
Oh.
Yeah. Got a little unloading station here.
Mm-hmm.
So all the bone meal also comes with minecarts from a central place. And yeah, here we have a fast unloader, which then dumps it into a water stream and sends it to the actual dispenser in the middle of the farm. And yeah,
This looks like
That's-
one of these. I can't think of the word for it.
yeah, the item
It's a
distribution
fast
systems.
unloading system.
Yeah.
Fast unloading, as we call it.
Do these
Um,
fence gate things still work in 1.11? The fence gate, these unloader designs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They are fairly stable, so nothing really fancy there.
So just to
Um,
restate, right? This is the bone meal section, right? And
So this is just
So
bone meal supply.
when the hopper runs out of bone meal, this lamp here turns on and sends the minecart off. Then it fills up with bone meal, and that's the unloading part here.
where's the lamp?
This
Not
torch here,
torch, sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
the redstone torch, would open the way for the minecart, and then it basically gets some new bone meal.
Cool. So, do you guys have to manually restock the bone meal, or does it come
Well, at some
from?
point you have to craft it, but we don't have to restock it here at this farm or at each individual farm. I mean,
You
we
have a
bunch of
system
them.
that distributes it.
Yeah, we have one central storage that provides every farm.
Nice.
Essentially.
Is that different from your your main storage system where you have all the items?
It's in this area.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we would have to do too much chunk loading.
Gotcha. Are we going to be able to see that?
Oh yeah.
Coming up next.
We're gonna head there just in a second.
Cool.
So yeah, this is basically how the flower farms look from below. You might have already seen that there's another house in the swamp over there. It's a bit remote, but yeah, it's at the end of this wooden bridge. Let's wait for everyone to come out.
That looks like another Ragu translocator over there.
No, actually, we're not using translocators here.
I mean the
Over there.
transport system in the the tube.
Sorry.
Yeah,
That's something we'll see in a second as well.
No, that's just an aesthetic melon piston tube.
Yeah, just a small thing. Yeah, so we have another farm in this house over in the swamp, pretty similar to this one.
This one here?
Yeah. And, I mean, here's just one of the minecart lines that... Is it actually a supply line or one that brings stuff back? I keep forgetting which one is
Both.
which.
Both.
No, the minecart is for the bone is underground.
And this is
for the flowers and seeds.
So this brings all the stuff we produce back to the central storage.
Mm-hmm.
Should we also turn this on?
well.
Sure.
You guys are completely
Maybe
different
fire up the
regulars.
farms. Yeah, so I'm just heading to the nether portal again.
I should also say, if anybody watching has any questions that are not answered, put them in the comments and I'll reach out to these guys, see if we can get them answered for you.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. I guess it would be best if you just go to the central location, right? Because this house is just the same
Mango,
as the
are
other
you
one.
leading the rest of the group at the moment? So
Yeah,
everyone
we're
finds their
heading
way.
Yeah, let's just go.
it's kind of a large
I,
area.
I only see method right now. Hold on. Let me through!
And
yeah,
you should
we're
also
outside the
know
house
where to go.
already. Just
Oh, there you guys.
We are spreading out so we get some mob spawning.
should we do like some cut in or?
No, let's just keep rolling. We can
Okay.
do stuff later. Okay, maybe let's just reconvene at the nether
Should we
portal.
fix that?
If it isn't clear, guys, this is all done completely in vanilla Minecraft survival. No cheats at all. This is all legit.
So we finally reconvened here, and yeah, let's check out one of the other buildings. So let's just take a look at the flower farm we have here,
Oh,
which
okay.
is inside this building. So the basement looks pretty similar, but of course the building is a bit different. So this is more like a showroom of the different flowers. Of course, we also have the flower farm in here, and we can actually take a brief look upstairs. So
Rego
bunch of
spent a
different
lot of
rooms.
time decorating.
Oh yeah.
By the way, my viewers, sorry about the lag. This is a pretty heavy server.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
where
with a
are we looking?
Small coffee
Sorry.
kitchen, some coffee tables. Oh, just browse around the rooms.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are a bunch of offices, some tables and stuff.
Very
We
nice.
actually have rooms. This is like something special to show.
Yeah.
Wow, an
Special,
orange
special.
flower!
Oh yeah, here this is not the typical thing you would expect. So
This is an office farm.
yeah, sort of. I mean, here we actually have something different than the offices. Small kitchen and a little break room. So yeah, I mean, we try to put some effort into making it look nice here.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's not the most efficient whatever farm that we usually do, but yeah, we just want to do something fun for once. And yeah, so we also built some nice buildings around the individual parts of the farm.
Yeah. So what?
And
All of the rails outside, is that all for transportation?
Yep.
Yes,
I mean, item transportation? Yeah.
yeah, that's all what connects the different parts of the farm with each other.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we wanted to make it nicely visible so you actually have something to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the next building we have the, well, third flower farm. The fourth one is in the swamp. Again, same design on the technical side, but slightly different house here.
And also
So-
different flowers.
Right, this is a flower forest, and we're in a different, yeah.
Exactly. So it's just a different location because flowers always grow
Right,
like
the same
at
flower
one
on
spot,
every
there's
block,
always
yeah.
the exact same flower growing. Exactly. So it's only dependent on X and C, and nothing else. So yeah, you always get the same flowers and the same things. So even if you're in the same biome, you still might need more than one location because you can't get all flowers within, well, one of these. How large is it? 9 by 9 or something?
Right, right.
And even if you
It's-
are on a different seed, you are getting exactly the same flower in the same X and Z location.
Right. Doesn't matter why you're at. I believe it's
Exactly.
using purloin noise, right? The
It could be. I'm not sure.
They use a separate random number generator that actually doesn't depend on the seed. It's actually a fixed seed of I think like 777 or something like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so in principle we have the same basement again with all the redstone, but yeah, it's also crowded as the other things, so it's hard to look at.
mm-hmm.
Small bathroom, just because. And
Yeah, can we take a stop here? Just need a little break. Okay, I'm done.
oh yeah. And then we can head out the front door. And for the first time see the entire area, or well, the main parts of this area in its full
Neat.
glory.
I like that the smoke coming off the is that a silo?
Cooling towers.
Cooling towers.
Cooling towers.
Gotcha, I like that.
Yeah, so it's a mostly industrial themed area here.
What is the F
So,
for?
F
Flowers.
Oh, it's
Ah.
fair enough.
You could at least say, like Flowerstein Industries. You have to have Stein on there. Flowerstein Industries. I don't know.
Something. So yeah, here we have a small scale for trucks, like when they unload stuff, so you
Uh-huh.
know how much they unloaded.
Oh, neat.
And this is basically the scale building for it. So that's why there's a bit of a more spacious open room in front. And
It
Yeah,
could be
so
cool
let's-
to have, although it probably wouldn't look as good, but it could be cool to have, like, weighted pressure plates here, so you could actually, have a display how much weight is on there. Use some lamps.
yeah, we actually considered that, but it didn't look that great.
Yeah, it wouldn't look very good.
But it looks a bit weird. Because it's so segmented, which doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's head to the central building. And take a look at what we got in here. So, before we're running by, so here we actually have our central bone meal storage, which is pretty much just a bunch of chests.
And this is the
And-
central bone meal storage
and
for the whole
flowers.
server,
Well, not for the server, but for this area.
for this area.
So at the
Right.
moment it's pretty empty. Normally these chests should build.
So do you guys
I
then...
think someone was running the farm scan.
So do you go manually from bone farms, bringing bones over and crafting them into bone meal, or do you have a
Yeah,
transport
we're actually
system?
bring bone blocks.
Or bone
stuff
blocks, yeah,
over,
yeah.
so it's fairly compact to transport it. But yeah, there's no point in making a full transport system over the server. And we have a large system for glass that we transport across dimensions. But for bone meal, we didn't want to go through the same effort, which would
Yeah.
be a bit of an overkill.
So I can just
Because we
craft
don't
some
run
bone
that
meal
much.
there, drop some bone meal in. I
Yeah,
helped!
exactly.
I helped! And it's a backup. I helped, but,
So, yeah, I mean, down below we can see where the minecarts are picking up stuff. So
Yeah,
they're
so here
coming
we have
in.
4 lines. Each flower farm has an own line.
So if you guys are also curious what this stuff is with all the ender chests, this is a very fast unloading system. If you want to know more about how those things work, I believe Mango has a video on it, and I know MrBeast
Oh yeah.
has a few designs of his own where he explains it.
Yeah, so in general, whenever you see something more complex, these things that we use all the time, check out Mango's channel. That's
Yes.
definitely a good address to keep in mind. And yeah, as you can see here, the minecarts are coming, picking up stuff. I mean, they're sucking out the bone meal rather quickly. Because they're hopper minecarts.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes only a few
Whoops.
seconds to fill up. Oops, I'll just close it again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we have to refill the chests rather quickly. That's why we have this item distribution system on top. And yeah, then of course, at some point we have to get some drops back, right?
What's
So-
going on here with the subtraction? Why is this necessary?
It's just to detect when the minecart is full. So it gets sent off once it sucked out all the bone meal it needs, and then it goes back to the flower farm.
Oh,
and-
I see. So the comparator only turns on when
Provides
it's
it, yeah.
full. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Full cake has 14 single strength.
So what's interesting here is you guys. This is actually very compact the way that you guys have got the subtraction working here. So you've got, so it works no matter where you are. So here you've got it going around to the, going around to the side with the cake there, and it's doubling up, so you have it from there and from there, subtracting both comparators. Then you've got the signal coming around through the block up the torch, and then you mirror that on the other side. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's a bit difficult to wire all these 4 lines
yeah.
up at once, but
it's nice and compact for the
pretty cool.
amount of stuff, you know, for the number of modules.
Yep. And here we can actually just see where there's a minecart coming in, and some items are being shot out. So this is where all the seeds and flowers are coming back. So we actually have 2 of these unloading stations. So the ones with the clay here. So one is just here to the left, and one is right here.
What? Sorry, can
maybe
you say that again?
So those are just unloading stations. Like the one I'm jumping up right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not hitting a minecart. Nope. Now I have to dodge it. Oh no, it's at the
You're good.
same one.
You're good.
Okay. So yeah, up here we also have an unloading system below these
Roger.
points where the minecarts stop. Oop. Ah, just made it. Nice. Yeah, so just where they stop here. For example, this one gets unloaded, and after some time, when it's empty, it gets sent off again. And you can hear all the droppers clicking. So that's just everything being shot into a water stream, and then, oops, yeah, just right here. And at the wall, you can see all the storage.
Man, I can't even imagine just this part right here with the rails. Because just rails are so difficult to work with.
Yeah,
they can
doing it
sometimes
with
be
water
sticky.
streams would have been easier, but we wanted to do everything with the rails just because of the challenge, and it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
So I'm just having trouble imagining the. I mean, are flower farms really that fast that you need?
Yep, they're pretty fast.
If all of them are running, we get 200,000 items per hour.
Do you typically have them all running at once when you're using
Yeah.
them?
Yeah, I mean, when we had to fill up the storage, we ran them all at once, and
Do you have a switch to
then
turn
we
them all
hardly
on?
needed them anymore.
Gotcha. Do you have a switch to do them all at once?
Well, not all at
Yes.
once, but with 4 switches next to each other,
Gotcha.
just
So
right here.
so I guess when you've got, you know, they're that fast, and you've got 4 of them going, 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you need lots and lots of fast storage. Huh.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, for the item sorters here, it's just a bunch of parallel chests, which can take all the stuff. And most of the items are actually seeds, so yeah, we are more than stocked on those.
Nice.
But yeah, all the chests here should be filled. Oh,
So was
just
there
picked an empty one.
was there an impetus for this other than, you know, we haven't done, you know, bulk flowers yet, or did you need it for something?
I
For
wanted
dyes?
to have
Kind of needed.
a lot of color class just for
Right, colors.
future projects and
I
availability.
I forgot
So I
about
want to have
dyes.
all the colors here. And I mean, some of them we can't produce naturally, so we have to get them from some trading hall or from wherever,
Mhm.
like Lapis here. Ink sacs, well, from Squid Farm, which we didn't put in the same area now again. But everything else we can pretty much produce here. Well, bone meal is, of course, another exception.
Man, I wish you could
And,
you could craft all the I know you guys aren't, you know, huge command people, but I did I never released it, but I was working on like a more dyes thing where you could just craft any color using the existing colors. That would be so nice. You know, go back and
that
forth.
would be nice. If you could combine them even further.
Yeah. Or like even just the same 16 colors, but being able to, you know, undo a dye, like,
Mhm.
you know, re-dye wool or re-dye glass.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would actually be nice.
Because
But yeah.
once you dye glass or once you dye wool, you know, you're stuck with it.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, we just have a bunch of dyes when we need them to have some intermediate storage. And of course, one dye that we don't get directly is here, and that's cacti. Well, the cactus green, which is stored
Yes,
on the
which
side
I'm
here.
sure you guys are very low on. You know.
Yeah, actually, on cacti we are pretty low.
Oh, I was
There's
being
like
sarcastic.
a bit over 2 double chests or so. But that's just because we recently smelted everything here
Uh-huh.
and turned it into cactus green, which is over here. And there we have a little bit more.
If we
But yeah,
come
cacti
outside
grow
again,
really slowly, so
real quick, we can show where we get the cactus from.
Yep.
Um, we have these two cooling towers, and basically inside of those we have cactus farms.
Can we see one?
we can try.
The cooling towers are a bit annoying to get inside, so
just have to
I see. I got it.
quickly use spectator mode here because it's not too easy to get inside.
So do you guys know about the vines and button trick?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I do. That still works, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, but here, I mean, we have a bunch of cacti here, also spaced out a little bit to have enough drops and to make sure they don't fall onto another cactus and get destroyed. So that's why we have some intermediate layers in here.
Intermediate layers? What do you mean?
Yeah, there are some water layers in between if you look closely.
I see, yeah.
So we collect some drops and say, okay, we give up a little bit on the height efficiency, but therefore actually increase the drop efficiency per drop that we have.
So did you...
So they don't slightly like strafe to the side and land on a bottom
cactus. You originally design it like that, or did you like have the whole thing done and then you said, you know what, it would probably be better if we added those water layers in?
No, we would put it in originally.
Okay, so
this was a fair.
The reason I asked is because I was wondering, you know, were you feeling like, you know, oh, we can make this more efficient by doing this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we did some tests. Maybe someone remembers.
No, it was just per feel.
There
So
is a...
the more you stack it, the more you lose. So put it in one layer.
At negative 1837, 1835, there's a zombie holding a cactus that's not going to despawn.
That's fine.
In their water stream, yeah.
Happens.
Quality
testing.
Making sure that they're good cacti, yeah.
So yeah, but speaking of cacti, they grow rather slowly, and those two towers...
Should I put it back, TS?
Yeah.
Alright, so those two towers would be rather slow. I mean, they're large, but there's not too many cacti in there, right? So let's quickly go on this area here. So you can see a little logistics area here.
Haha, thwarting the law.
And if you take a look in this storage hall here, then it's actually pretty much filled up.
I like these trucks. I don't know why. I like them.
Yeah, those weren't designed by us, so I followed the tutorial.
Yeah, I mean,
I recognized a few of these things. Yeah.
But yeah, so here we have a whole bunch of cacti in there. Yeah, some of them get stuck in the middle because there's water flowing just from the middle. But okay, that's a minor inefficiency.
This is I don't know. I'm just having trouble telling. This is blue glass or?
It's gray.
Oh,
it's gray glass.
Oh, I see it now.
The water above it makes it blue. Nice. Yeah, so huge hall mostly filled with cacti just because we thought it needs to be a bit faster.
This is a really neat effect. The water flowing around you. Any particular reason you alternated colors? Just for aesthetic value?
Yeah, really just for aesthetics and to make it not super uniform.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, some of the cacti here don't produce anything because we just have end rods next to them and they don't make them pop off.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So only the glass panes do, but end rods don't. But it gives a bit of light and adds a bit of detail.
So
otherwise it would be super dark. I mean, even the water makes it dark already, and you probably wouldn't see anything if you didn't have some light in there.
Torches don't make cacti pop off, do they?
Yeah.
They do.
No, the
I think they do.
Sorry, what? The end rods or the gas?
Torches.
Oh, torches? Yeah, they might do. But we would have to have something that we can put them on.
Right.
So yeah, it would be a bit more difficult.
Interesting.
And I think the end rods fit in quite nicely there.
They do. Cool.
Right, so we got a whole bunch of cacti here.
Where are you guys?
And
okay.
Just at the entrance.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, at some point we have a lot of cacti, but we have to smelt them, right? And for that, we actually have a really nice system, which is not
Should we
here.
show it now?
Yep.
So do we come back and show the rest
Yeah,
later?
yeah.
Okay.
We'll come back in a second.